everyone, welcome back again to the channel. Thank you Legacy Builders for being here. All my internet cousins, shout out to y'all. Y'all are the real MVP. Just to make sure that my hands are nice and smooth and don't look ashy, I'm going to use this Hawaiian shea butter from Eva. And yeah, shout out to her. And I'm so grateful for this because it does keep my skin so smooth and moisturized. And I am super nervous about this video because I feel like I haven't been recording videos for a while, like 2 weeks now, and I don't know why it feels strange, but here we go. Now my children are watching Peppa Pig in the background, so I hope there's going to be no copyright issues with this video because this microphone tends to pick up on all of that. So anyway, let me get into the June budget closeout. So now that we have already filled out all of our expenses on our expense tracker, I'll come back to look at the calendar spread to see how many no spend days I've had, and I'm checking to make sure you're in frame. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, so when I did my mid-month check-in, we stopped on the 18th, and that was 14 no spend days. We had a goal of 15 no spend days, and we have a total of 16 for the month. So anyway, there was some challenges with me. I had to take a lift several times during the fourth week of the month, from the week of Father's Day. So the Monday I had an appointment, and then again at the end of the week, and then again the following week, the 28th. So I was taking lifts back and forth about a good 30-minute drive from where I live, and it was during like peak hours, so we spent a lot on the credit card. We spent a lot just being able to do all of that. And then also in the month of June, I got my second vaccine, and that was a whole thing. So I was out of commission for like a couple of days, like 2.5 days. I was out of commission, so we were ordering food. I think I shared some of that on Instagram too. Here's some water. There you go. So that was a lot of spending. I did not include that in our budget because we used our savings, our general savings, not our emergency savings, to pay back the credit card for all of those things. And we went like really close to our limit. We almost maxed out the card because we also have a new expense with BetterHelp. So there's a therapy expense now, but we haven't planned for it in the June budget, so it came from our savings, and we're going to have to work that into our July budget. So stay tuned to see how I do that, how I work that out. But we did pay ahead of time, so July's sessions are already covered. So I'm not quite sure. Maybe I don't know if I want to create a sinking fund for that, or if I just want to put like some money aside somewhere in the account, like use our buffer to kind of just save up for it. I don't know, I'll figure it out in July. But for June, you won't see those expenses on our tracker, but I did have a lot of spending. So we ended up with 16 no spends nonetheless. So now that we have finished filling out our expense tracker, our leftover money in our bill paying account is $60, and that is what we're rolling over basically into July to start off with, as we're going to be tracking all of the money that comes in and goes out of this one account. So let's zoom into the debt payment plan. All right, I'll move this over a little bit. Don't worry about my kids yelling. They just do that. They're loud sometimes. So Great Lakes loan number 826, as is listed on that site, has a balance of $6,1049 when we started June, and we made 5 payments. As I mentioned in my June budget setup, we were going to make payments every single, we were going to make payments every single Tuesday for Transfer Tuesday. I did not share on the last Transfer Tuesday, which would have been, sorry y'all, what date was that? The 22nd or the 29th. I didn't share because we our paychecks changed. My husband's payroll changed, so we're actually going to be budgeting or closing out our paycheck budgets on Wednesdays instead of Fridays, so that kind of threw me off. But I did make a contribution to Transfer Tuesday, which I shared on Instagram, and the payment we threw at debt on that date, on the 30th, was $625. So in total, we made $1,131.50 towards debt this month, which I think is amazing. And then our total month balance ending the month of June is $4,878.98. My little one is banging on the door trying to get outside. $4,878.99 is where we are ending June and how we're starting July. So no, we did not get to pay off $826 in the month of June, but that's all right. We had some other things that we had to take care of. All right, so that was our debt payment for June. I'm still excited because we are under $5,000 now. So bye-bye debt very, very soon. Peace out. Don't want to see you no more. Okay, our net worth decreased. We have a net worth at the end of June of $14,783.30. Our liabilities did decrease, and our assets decreased because we used plenty of cash from our savings for just a lot of different things. Again, over $450 in just ride sharing, like taking Lyft cars. We don't take Uber because Uber tends to be more expensive, and there aren't a lot of Uber cars in our area where we live, so that was a lot. Ordering in was a lot. Using DoorDash, like, it is expensive to pay for delivery, taxes, all of that. So that was almost $250. And then of course we paid for the counseling services through BetterHelp. So you have to, it's affordable. I think it's like $80 per week, and it was $300 altogether. It's $80 per week. No, was it 60? I forgot how much it was, but guys, I paid $300 for 4 weeks of sessions. So that came out of our savings too. So that's why we went a little down, but I'm not discouraged. I'm still moving forward because our liabilities are decreasing significantly. For our monthly budget category breakdown, where did my money go? So the main focuses for me is the gas utility, because that was still pretty high. It was $156.41, so we were over budget by $106.41. I did get the bill for July, which is way less than this. So we're going to be under budget next month, because we do budget $50 for each, and that money is sitting in our 1 month ahead account now, so that we can just pay the credit card back next month. So we're going to be fine. We were over for our student loan. We budgeted $648 to pay this month, and we paid $1,131.50. So we were $483.50 over budget in this category. We did save the $1,440 towards next month's bills. We didn't budget for that, but I did mention in my June budget setup. If you missed it, I'll link that video up again in the cards. So we didn't budget for it, but it's automatic. It's a portion of our incoming income is going straight towards saving for next month's bills. And that was 37% of our total monthly income, including our checking account starting balance, right? And then we were over for miscellaneous because I had to purchase something with the debit card. I rarely use the debit card for purchases like that, but it was like I needed to. Remember, we had used more than 30% of our credit limit on the card, so I was trying not to use the credit card anymore because we still had balances coming from Lyft and from other locations. My kids are loud, y'all. I'm sorry. All right. The monthly debt and savings breakdown, again, we paid $1131.50 towards debt, and 100% of that is just Great Lakes. So that was about 1% of our rollover and income, meaning what we started with in our checking account plus all of our incoming income. This right here, where it says $1605.90, that's our 1 month ahead account. So we did transfer money into our checking just so we could pay back the credit card. And I'm tracking it carefully to make sure I'm paying back what I should be paying and not for other miscellaneous expenses that came up during the month. So this is exactly what we needed to pay back the credit card for all of the different expenses we had during the month. Utilities, gas, rent, all of that. Then also our savings, we saved a total of $1,842.74 in the month of June, and the breakdown is basically sinking funds, digital envelopes, 52-week challenge, next month's bills, and the zero out challenge. So of course the highest amount of money that we saved, or the largest percentage of what we saved, went to next month's bills. But we did have money going to these other areas, which helped us out a lot. And we have not used any money from the 52-week challenge, so that is growing nicely. If we do need to use this in July to help pay down the debt, I may do that. So we might have a zero balance in the 52-week challenge somewhere going towards the end of July, but we'll see. We'll see. I did not finish filling out this section, so maybe I can do this with you guys. This is the monthly spending comparison. Now, our income change between May and June was 3793.23, $1,844.32. $1,200. This actually came from our 1 month ahead account. It did not come from our income, so I can't really count this. So I'm going to put 0, and I hope that makes sense, because the money for the rent, we are putting money aside for each of these categories every single week into next month's bills. But the total that was paid for the rent in the month of June came from a previous tracking period. Okay, if that's not clear, ask me again, or maybe I can explain it better. All right, food also came from next month's bills, or 1 month ahead account. So we had already previously saved that money. Same thing here. But if we look, let me see. If we look at this, the only categories that came from our incoming income was our savings and our debt payments. Okay, so Great Lakes was $11.31.50, and if we divide that by our total income for the month of June, that's about 29% of our income. Sinking funds, and I think I did this on the other page, but I see why she does this, because it does give you a better understanding of where your money's going and how much of what you actually bring in is going out into where. So $50, 3793, that's 1%. It's not bad though. 84 divided into 3793 is about 2%. And then our savings, I did mention this on the previous page, so I'm sorry, that was 37%. And then the zero out challenge is probably less than a percentage. Yeah, not even a. So that's how we're breaking down our income. That's what we brought in new and fresh, not what we used from the last month to pay for all of these fixed bills. So let's see if I can give myself a little. Where did we stop? Right here. So if we just draw a line here, this is our equator, right? Separating what was paid from 1 month ahead up here and what was paid from our income here. So that's how I broke that down. And of course, most of our money went to debt and the 1 month ahead account. And if we account what did come from the 1 month ahead account, most of our money up here went, of course, towards rent. So not too bad. It looks like we gave less in the month of May, but then we had some rollover, so some of that rollover wasn't tithed on because we had tithed on that previously. So it looks like we gave less in June than we did in May, but the difference was we had rollover that was already tithed on previously. So we don't tithe again on something if we pay ourselves in our savings and we roll that savings over to pay for bills, we're not going to tithe on that money again, if that makes sense. So that's how June went for me, you guys. So that's how we ended the month, you guys. I left my green pen somewhere. Where did I put it? If you know me, green is just my favorite color. Sinking funds was $256. You're in frame. Thank you, Jesus. $256. Great Lakes was $11.31, I believe. I forgot to change, but that's okay. The 52-week challenge was $84. And we had 16 no spends. Not too bad. So overall, June was a pretty decent month. despite all of the different changes that we have coming up, and we did spend a lot from savings, but we are looking forward to July with hope that we will once and for all be completely debt free, out of this consumer debt, out of this student loan debt. And then also we will incorporate money going towards better help counseling. And then also I have some new envelopes and some new categories to share with you guys, and I'll share that in another video. So have a great and wonderful day whenever you're watching this. Let me know how June went for you. Did you have any big wins, any aha moments, any changes to your budgeting system, anything like that? Let me know. And continue to mind your money, manage it well, live your lives to the fullest, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for being here. Bye for now.